insecurity and hesitation. But if you sow words of strength, of resilience, of capability, your inner garden grows confidence like a forest that cannot be uprooted. Most women are not defeated by others. They are defeated by the words they whisper to themselves. How often do you diminish your own worth in your mind before the world has even spoken? How often do you rehearse fear before opportunity arrives? This is the trap. The words in your head shape the way you see yourself, and the way you see yourself shapes the way you move in the world. If your inner dialogue is harsh, critical, filled with comparison, then even when others admire you, you will not feel it. But if your self-talk is compassionate, encouraging, and rooted in truth, then even when others doubt you, you will remain unshaken. Guarding yourself talk is not about repeating shallow affirmations. It is about catching the poisonous thoughts before they grow into beliefs. It is about asking yourself, would I speak to someone I love the way I am speaking to myself? If the answer is no, then you must learn to shift. Confidence grows not from perfection, but from forgiveness. It grows from reminding yourself daily that mistakes do not define you, that your past does not limit you, and that every day is another chance to rise stronger. This is the discipline, to choose words that nourish rather than words that destroy. To remind yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you can meet the challenges ahead. Over time, these words become your truth, and your truth becomes your confidence. But there is another layer, one that many forget. The body is the foundation upon which the mind stands. You cannot expect to feel powerful if you treat your body as if it does not matter. Confidence is not only mental, it is physical. The strength of your posture, the clarity of your energy, the vitality of your presence, all are built upon the way you care for your body. A woman who ignores her health will find that her spirit struggles to shine, because the body is the vessel through which confidence is expressed. If you want to speak with conviction, your lungs must be strong. If you want to move with presence, your body must be energized. If you want to carry yourself with grace, your health must be honored. This is why caring for your body is not vanity, it is wisdom. Exercise is not simply about appearance, it is about training discipline, resilience, and focus. When you push your body beyond its comfort, you are teaching your mind to do the same. Nourishing yourself with food that sustains you is not about restriction. It is about respect. When you feed yourself with what gives you energy rather than what numbs you, you are declaring to yourself that you are worthy of strength. Sleep is not laziness, it is recovery. Without it, your body cannot regenerate, and without regeneration, your confidence will falter, because fatigue robs you of clarity. Every choice you make regarding your body is a choice you make about your confidence. And let us not forget movement itself. Confidence is expressed through the body before it is ever spoken. The way you walk, the way you hold yourself, the way you look at others, these are reflections of how you feel inside. A woman who neglects her health may try to speak words of confidence, but her body will betray her, for the body always tells the truth. But when you are strong, when your body is cared for, when you move with energy, your presence communicates confidence without a single word. People respond to this. Opportunities respond to this. Life responds to this. So you see, the confident life is not a mystery. It is built each morning through discipline. It is sustained each moment through the words you choose to believe, and it is expressed each day through the strength of your body. These three foundations are not optional. They are the bedrock upon which everything else stands. Without them, confidence becomes fragile, dependent on circumstances. With them, confidence becomes unshakable, a force that flows from within you regardless of what the world says or does. This is how you create a confident life, not by waiting for permission, not by hoping for luck, but by training your mornings, guarding yourself, talk, and honoring your body with care and discipline. True confidence does not come from being surrounded by people, nor from constant approval, nor from the noise of the world telling you that you are enough. It comes from solitude, from learning to trust yourself when no one else is watching, from being comfortable in the silence where your soul speaks the loudest. So many women look outside for validation, searching for someone to tell them they are worthy, beautiful, or capable. But the woman who is truly confident knows that her worth is not dependent on the applause of others. She has learned to sit with herself, to listen to her thoughts, and to become her own strongest ally. There is power in solitude. There is clarity in stillness. When you embrace being alone, when you are not afraid of your own company, you discover the deepest layer of confidence, a layer that cannot be shaken by rejection, betrayal, or opinion. Solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness is the fear of your own presence. Solitude is the discipline to meet yourself without excuse, to confront your fears, to face your weaknesses, and to nurture your strengths. In solitude, you learn what you truly want, not what the world tells you to desire. You discover your passions, your limits, and your potential. The world will always try to distract you, to fill your hours with chatter and business. But it is in the quiet moments that you reconnect with the core of who you are. A woman who can stand alone does not need to bend herself to fit anyone else's expectations. She does not lose herself in the desires of others. This is why she becomes unshakable, because her foundation is built from within, not borrowed from the world. Boundaries are the natural extension of this inner strength. Confidence is not only about knowing your worth, it is about protecting it. Many women allow themselves to be drained by people who do not respect them, by situations that diminish their spirit, by words that wound instead of uplift. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it is necessary. Boundaries are the invisible walls that keep your energy safe. They are the quiet declarations that your time, your emotions, and your spirit are not for anyone to misuse. A woman who respects herself enforces boundaries not out of anger, but out of wisdom. She understands that her life is sacred and that she cannot pour from an empty cup. People will test these boundaries. They will try to push, to manipulate, to take advantage. But the woman who has practiced solitude and self-trust is not afraid to hold firm. Her boundaries are a reflection of her self-respect, and they demand to be honored. Enforcing boundaries requires clarity and courage. It requires that you first know yourself, your values, and your limits. Without this self-knowledge, boundaries become fragile and inconsistent. You must ask yourself, what will I tolerate? And what will I not? Where does my energy end? And where does someone else's begin? When you can answer these questions with certainty, you operate from a place of authority, not over others, but over your own life. When you enforce your boundaries, you are not pushing people away out of fear. You are creating space for respect, understanding, and alignment. Confidence grows because you no longer allow chaos, negativity, or disrespect to define your life. You reclaim the power that is rightfully yours. But confidence is also born from the commitment to growth. Life is a constant teacher, and those who stop learning stop rising. A woman who remains stagnant cannot stand fully in her power. She must feed her mind with knowledge, with perspectives, and with challenges that expand her capacity. Learning is not simply about acquiring information. It is about evolving, becoming more capable, and sharpening your ability to navigate the world with intelligence and grace. When you commit to continuous learning, you are telling yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, and you refuse to be defined by what you already know. This mindset makes a woman unstoppable. She does not fear the unknown because she trusts her ability to grow, adapt, and conquer new challenges. Learning also requires humility. It requires admitting that you do not have all the answers and being willing to change when presented with truth. Many women struggle with confidence because they tie it to ego, thinking that admitting ignorance is weakness. The truth is the opposite. Recognizing that you can always learn, that you can always improve, is the mark of real strength. Knowledge combined with humility creates wisdom, and wisdom is a form of confidence that cannot be shaken by circumstance. A woman who embodies this knows that she is always enough, but she is also always evolving. She understands that life will test her, that challenges will come, and that her growth is her most powerful tool to navigate every storm. It is not enough to simply know these things intellectually. They must be lived. Confidence is cultivated in the moments when you choose solitude over distraction, when you enforce your boundaries even when it is uncomfortable, and when you dedicate yourself to learning even when it requires effort and patience. These actions, repeated consistently, shape a woman into someone who moves through the world with grace, clarity, and undeniable presence. Others will notice her, not because she demands attention, but because her energy communicates strength, self-respect, and purpose. Her confidence is contagious, not arrogant, because it is rooted in the unwavering truth of her own worth. Confidence also requires discernment. In solitude, you learn to distinguish between what serves you and what does not. In boundaries, you learn to distinguish between those who uplift and those who drain. In learning, you gain the ability to discern truth from deception, growth from stagnation. These discernments are not always easy. They demand courage, clarity, and sometimes the painful act of letting go. But each time you make the choice aligned with your values, each time you say no to what diminishes you and yes to what elevates you, you reinforce the foundation of your confidence. You prove to yourself that you are in control of your life, your energy, and your destiny. Confidence is not fragile because it is external. It is unshakable because it is internal. The woman who sits with herself, honors her boundaries, and dedicates herself to growth does not rely on anyone's approval. She does not crumble under criticism, nor does she bend to the will of others. She moves through the world with quiet authority because she has learned that her power is not something to be given or taken. It is something she claims and maintains daily. Every choice, every habit, every moment of self-discipline adds to the reservoir of strength that she can draw from, no matter the challenges she faces. It is easy to be distracted by external markers of confidence, praise, recognition, or social validation. But these are fleeting. True confidence does not require witnesses. It is built in the private spaces of your life, in the decisions you make when no one else is watching. It is nurtured when you confront your fears, enforce your limits, and expand your mind. When you practice these habits, you begin to see yourself differently. You no longer wait for permission to speak, to act, or to claim your place in the world. You no longer shrink to accommodate others' discomfort. You no longer doubt your own abilities. A woman who embodies this kind of confidence radiates it effortlessly. People feel it in her presence, they respect it in her actions, and they recognize it in her energy. She does not need to convince anyone of her worth, because she knows it fully herself. She does not rely on luck or timing. She relies on the strength she has cultivated daily. Her life becomes a reflection of her inner power, and every challenge she encounters becomes an opportunity to demonstrate that power, not to question it. Through solitude, boundaries, and continuous learning, confidence becomes a way of life. It is no longer a goal to chase, but a state of being to inhabit. Each day, each choice, each deliberate action contributes to the unshakable foundation that allows a woman to move through the world with grace, clarity, and unstoppable presence. She becomes a force not because she seeks to dominate, but because she refuses to be diminished. She becomes a magnet for opportunity, not because she demands it, but because she embodies the kind of energy that naturally attracts respect, trust, and admiration. This confidence is a quiet, steady flame. It does not need to roar to be seen. It does not rely on applause to be felt. It is built in the moments of courage, in the discipline of daily choices, in the unwavering commitment to herself. And when the world tries to shake her, she stands firm, not because she is unyielding in ego, but because she has cultivated a foundation that cannot be shaken. Her life, her presence, and her energy reflect a deep truth. She is enough, she is capable, and she is unstoppable. Independence is a cornerstone of confidence. Many women underestimate how much freedom in their choices can elevate their sense of self. True independence is not about isolation, nor about rejecting relationships or connections. It is about owning your life in every way. Your decisions, your finances, your emotions, and your direction. When a woman takes responsibility for her resources, she no longer depends on the approval, support, or provision of others to feel worthy. Financial independence, in particular, is one of the most empowering forms of freedom because money is not merely currency. It is autonomy, it is choice, and it is the ability to craft your life according to your values. When you control your finances, you control your ability to step away from situations that do not serve you, to make choices that honor your soul, and to invest in opportunities that elevate your growth. Independence brings clarity, confidence, and a quiet strength that is unshakable. Many women shy away from financial responsibility because they fear the discipline it requires. Yet discipline is freedom in disguise. Learning to manage your money wisely is not a burden. It is a practice of empowerment. When you track your spending, save intentionally, and invest in your future, you are teaching yourself that you are capable, that you can plan, and that you can thrive without leaning on anyone else. Dependence, on the other hand, subtly chips away at self-esteem. When you rely too heavily on others, your confidence becomes conditional, tied to their moods, approval, or generosity. But the woman who masters her independence stands firm. She does not fear life's uncertainties because she has prepared herself to meet them with resourcefulness and intelligence. Her confidence is self-generated, not borrowed, and it cannot be shaken by circumstance. But independence is not only about resources, it is about action. It is about taking risks, making decisions, and embracing responsibility, even when the outcome is uncertain. Confidence does not come to those who wait for life to happen. It comes to those who step forward, take ownership, and navigate the unknown with courage. Every challenge faced, every decision made in alignment with your values builds a reservoir of trust in yourself. When you know that you can meet your own needs, that you can solve your own problems, that you can recover from setbacks, you move through the world with a presence that cannot be ignored. Independence is not isolation. It is the conscious choice to claim your power and walk boldly in it. Fear is an inevitable companion of life, but it does not have to control you. The woman who seeks confidence must face her fears daily, because every fear confronted is an opportunity to expand her capacity for courage. Fear often masquerades as protection, telling you to avoid, to hide, or to shrink yourself. Yet, when you step into it, when you confront it head on, fear becomes a teacher rather than a jailer. Confidence grows in these moments of action, in the deliberate choice to move forward, even when uncertainty looms. It is in the discomfort, in the challenge, and in the risk taking that true self-belief is forged. When you allow fear to dictate your choices, you surrender your power. But when you meet fear with awareness and action, you cultivate a life of boldness and resilience. Facing fear is not about recklessness. It is about discernment, preparation, and the willingness to stretch beyond what feels comfortable. Every step you take against fear is a declaration. I am capable, I am strong, I am worthy. Confidence is built in repetition, in choosing to act despite doubt, and in proving to yourself that you can endure and thrive. Life will always present situations that trigger anxiety, uncertainty, or hesitation. But the woman who has practiced facing fear develops a natural resilience. She understands that fear is not a stop sign, it is a signal that growth is possible. And with each fear confronted, her self-trust deepens, her energy expands, and her presence becomes magnetic. Gratitude is often overlooked in discussions about confidence, yet it is one of the most powerful tools a woman can practice. Gratitude shifts the mind from lack to abundance, from doubt to assurance, from weakness to strength. When you train yourself to notice and appreciate the blessings in your life, you cultivate a perspective that sees opportunity rather than limitation, strength rather than deficiency, and potential rather than scarcity. Gratitude is not a passive act, it is an active discipline that rewires your perception. Confidence flourishes in the soil of appreciation because it reminds you that even amidst challenges, you have resources, skills, and qualities that are unique and valuable. A grateful mind is a confident mind because it does not wait for validation from others. It recognizes the power and beauty that already exist within you. Practicing gratitude also stabilizes your emotions. The confident woman does not allow setbacks, criticism, or disappointment to destabilize her because she has trained herself to notice what endures, what is strong, and what is within her control. Gratitude redirects attention from what is missing to what is present, from what is outside your power to what is inside your power. In doing so, it reduces fear, increases clarity, and strengthens self-belief. Life will always present difficulties, but gratitude ensures that your confidence is not conditional on comfort or ease. It becomes an anchor, a reminder that your worth, your abilities, and your power exist regardless of circumstance. Gratitude also deepens relationships, which in turn reinforces confidence. When you acknowledge the contributions of others without losing your self-independence, you cultivate a network of mutual respect and support. Confidence is not arrogance. It is not the illusion of superiority. It is the quiet certainty that you can meet life's challenges while also acknowledging and honoring the people who uplift you. A grateful heart communicates trust, integrity, and resilience, and these qualities naturally attract respect and admiration from others. Confidence and gratitude are inseparable because one strengthens the other. A confident woman can be grateful without fear of vulnerability, and a grateful woman becomes confident by recognizing her inherent value. It is also essential to integrate gratitude into action. It is not enough to feel thankful in fleeting moments. It must shape behavior. When you act with appreciation, you honor your own life and the lives of those around you. This might mean expressing thanks genuinely, contributing positively to your community, or taking care of your environment. These acts are small, but they reinforce the understanding that you are capable of influence, impact, and presence. Confidence thrives in action, not in passive reflection. A woman who practices gratitude consistently becomes someone whose energy uplifts, whose presence commands attention, and whose spirit radiates assurance. When independence, facing fear, and gratitude are cultivated together, they form a trifecta of confidence that cannot be undermined. Independence ensures you are self-reliant and powerful. Facing fear ensures you are courageous and resilient. Gratitude ensures you are grounded and aware of the abundance within and around you. This is how a woman becomes unstoppable. Not through external accolades, not through transient approval, but through the disciplined cultivation of these internal practices. They create a life in which confidence is automatic, not performative, and unwavering, not conditional. A confident woman moves through the world with quiet authority. She does not need to boast, manipulate, or control others to feel powerful. Her power comes from the mastery of her own life, from the courage to face what scares her, and from the wisdom to appreciate what she has. Every challenge she encounters is met with composure and clarity because she trusts herself. Every opportunity is approached with readiness and enthusiasm because she knows her value. She does not shrink in the presence of others, nor does she inflate herself to impress. She simply exists as a complete, whole, and self-assured being. Independence, courage, and gratitude are not merely habits, they are expressions of self-mastery. They teach a woman to move beyond the need for validation, beyond the fear of failure, and beyond the distractions of comparison. They allow her to create a life that is authentic, purposeful, and powerful. And as she practices these disciplines consistently, her confidence becomes a force not just for herself, but for those around her. People are drawn to it, inspired by it, and challenged by it, because true confidence is magnetic. It is visible in the way she walks, in the calm of her decisions, and in the unshakable belief she carries about her worth. Through independence, she demonstrates that she can meet her own needs and navigate her own path. Through courage, she shows that fear cannot control her choices or her destiny. Through gratitude, she roots herself in a reality that amplifies her strengths rather than diminishes them. Together, these practices cultivate a life where confidence is no longer aspirational, but lived. The world may try to test her, to shake her, to doubt her, but she has already proven to herself that she is capable, resilient, and worthy. This is the essence of the confident life, a life built intentionally, maintained with discipline, and expressed with quiet, unwavering authority. Every word you speak carries weight, whether you realize it or not. A confident woman understands that language is power, and that the way she communicates shapes not only how others perceive her, but also how she perceives herself. Speaking with intention is not about controlling conversations or dominating rooms. It is about aligning your words with your values, your truth, and your purpose. It is about refusing to waste your voice on gossip, complaint, or needless justification. When you speak intentionally, each word becomes a tool for influence, clarity, and connection. People are drawn to those who communicate with purpose because their words carry authenticity, authority, and strength. They can sense when someone speaks from a place of discipline and integrity, and they instinctively respect it. Intentional speech begins with thoughtfulness. Before you respond, pause. Consider what is true, what is necessary, and what will contribute positively to the conversation or situation. Many women lose confidence not because of what they say, but because they speak without reflection, allowing emotions, insecurities, or fear of judgment to dictate their words. This lack of control communicates uncertainty, even when your heart is brave. The confident woman cultivates awareness of her speech. She chooses words that reinforce her value, that articulate her ideas clearly, and that convey her presence with precision. Over time, this practice trains the mind to think with clarity, and the voice to project authority without aggression. Posture and presence are inseparable from confident communication. The body speaks in ways words never can. The way you hold yourself, the lift of your chin, the alignment of your shoulders, the calm in your breathing, sends messages to the world before a single word is uttered. A woman who walks with grace, who moves with energy, who carries herself with awareness, is immediately perceived as someone who commands respect. Confidence is visible in the physical expression of your being. If your body is slouched, timid, or hesitant, it contradicts the messages you hope to send with your words. When your posture, gestures, and energy align with your speech, your presence becomes magnetic and your influence grows exponentially. Carrying yourself with presence is not about vanity. It is about self-respect. It is a declaration that you will not shrink to accommodate the discomfort of others, that your space is valid, and that your being deserves recognition. People respond to presence because it signals inner stability, emotional control, and self-assurance. A woman who cultivates presence does not rely on flattery or external validation to feel powerful. Her body and demeanor communicate strength naturally. This physical confidence complements intentional speech, creating a holistic sense of authority that others instinctively respect. Comparisons are one of the greatest thieves of confidence. The moment you begin to measure yourself against others, you invite insecurity and doubt. The world will always provide someone taller, wealthier, more talented, or more admired. Yet the confident woman knows that her journey is unique and that her worth is not determined by the achievements, appearances, or opinions of others. She focuses on her growth, her victories, and her path. She celebrates what she has accomplished and honors her progress, no matter how small it may appear in the shadow of others. Confidence flourishes in self-acceptance, not in comparison. Letting go of comparisons is an act of liberation. When you stop measuring your value against external standards, you reclaim the mental and emotional energy that was being drained by envy, self-doubt, and criticism. You free yourself to focus on your own goals, your own development, and your own purpose. Each step you take in alignment with your values strengthens the inner foundation of your confidence. The woman who no longer compares herself to others moves through life with a sense of ease, authenticity, and unshakable self-belief. She no longer seeks validation, she generates it from within. The people you allow into your life profoundly affect your confidence. Surrounding yourself with uplifting, supportive, and inspiring individuals creates an environment where growth, courage, and self-belief can thrive. Conversely, toxic, negative, or critical relationships drain your energy and undermine your sense of worth. The confident woman chooses her associations deliberately. She does not seek to change others. She chooses those whose presence elevates her, whose values align with hers, and whose energy enhances her own. The company you keep is a mirror of your self-respect. When you surround yourself with positivity, your confidence is reinforced daily and your mindset becomes resilient to challenges. Celebrating small wins is another essential practice. Confidence is built in the accumulation of incremental victories. Too often, women overlook progress because they are waiting for monumental achievements to validate their worth. Yet every small success, a completed task, a step toward a goal, a decision made with courage, is a brick in the foundation of self-belief. Celebrating these wins acknowledges your competence, reinforces your ability, and fuels your motivation. When you recognize your progress, no matter the scale, you cultivate momentum that carries you through challenges, setbacks, and doubts. Confidence grows in recognition of your own capabilities. Service without losing oneself is a subtle but powerful contributor to confidence. When a woman contributes to others, whether through mentorship, support, or acts of kindness, she experiences the reinforcing effect of purpose and impact. However, true confidence requires that service does not come at the expense of your boundaries, energy, or values. A woman who gives from abundance rather than obligation strengthens her sense of worth and autonomy. By serving in alignment with your values and preserving your well-being, you reinforce the truth that you are capable, valuable, and in control of your life. Confidence is amplified when your actions are consistent with your integrity. Protecting your energy is vital to maintaining the inner foundation of confidence. Life presents countless distractions, negative influences, and emotional demands that can drain you if you are not vigilant. The confident woman recognizes the importance of energy management. She carefully decides where to invest her time, attention, and emotion. She avoids environments that are toxic or draining, disengages from unnecessary conflict, and prioritizes what sustains her growth. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it is strategic. It ensures that your confidence is preserved, that your focus is sharp, and that your presence remains powerful and intentional. Turning pain into wisdom is one of the most profound acts of self-empowerment. Life will inevitably present challenges, disappointments, and heartbreak. The confident woman does not allow these experiences to define her or diminish her. Instead, she examines the lessons within the pain, extracting insight, resilience, and growth. Each setback becomes a teacher, each difficulty a proving ground, and each loss an opportunity to strengthen her resolve. Confidence is rooted in the ability to transform adversity into fuel for personal evolution. By reframing challenges in this way, a woman moves through life with a quiet, unassailable strength that inspires admiration and respect. Consistency in action cements all these practices into a life of unshakable confidence. Habits, repeated deliberately and intentionally, form the architecture of character. Confidence is not a one-time achievement. It is the result of daily choices made in alignment with values, purpose, and self-respect. Every time a woman chooses her words carefully, holds herself with presence, celebrates her wins, surrounds herself with support, and protects her energy, she reinforces her internal foundation. Over time, these deliberate actions compound, creating a woman whose confidence is visible, audible, and felt by everyone she encounters. Confidence is the culmination of intentional living, discipline, and self-awareness. It is the synthesis of speaking with purpose, carrying oneself with presence, avoiding comparisons, surrounding oneself with positive influence, and celebrating progress. It is expressed not through arrogance, but through the quiet certainty of knowing who you are and what you stand for. When you cultivate these practices, your life becomes a reflection of your inner strength, and your energy communicates power without needing to declare it. People respond naturally to authenticity, and the confident woman moves through the world with clarity, grace, and unshakable authority. Every day presents an opportunity to reinforce confidence. Each moment of mindfulness in your speech, each act of care in your posture, each decision to focus on growth rather than comparison, and each choice to celebrate your own achievements contributes to the larger picture of who you are becoming. Confidence is not luck or chance, it is the outcome of intention, awareness, and disciplined practice. A woman who cultivates these qualities becomes unstoppable, not because she is superior, but because she is complete, whole, and unshakable within herself. Through intentional speech, presence, self-acceptance, supportive relationships, and disciplined action, a woman embodies confidence that transcends circumstance. She no longer fears judgment because she trusts herself. She no longer doubts her worth because she knows it is inherent. She no longer relies on external validation because she has cultivated her own. Confidence becomes an effortless extension of who she is, visible in her energy, her actions, and her interactions. This is not confidence that fades with approval or achievement. It is a deep, abiding strength that endures through all seasons, trials, and transformations. The people you allow into your life shape the very essence of your confidence, energy, and growth. Confidence is not cultivated in isolation, yet it flourishes most profoundly when you are selective about the company you keep. Surrounding yourself with those who uplift, inspire, and challenge you in constructive ways is essential. Too often, women tolerate relationships, friendships, or environments that drain them emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. These negative influences, subtle or overt, chip away at self-belief, leaving you questioning your worth, doubting your choices, and shrinking your presence. A woman who desires unshakable confidence understands that her energy is sacred. She chooses associations that nurture, not deplete. She invests in connections that encourage her growth, not undermine it. In this way, she does not need to fight for validation. It is naturally reflected in the resonance of her surroundings. Choosing your circle wisely is an act of courage. It requires discernment and the strength to say no to people who are familiar but toxic, comfortable but limiting. Confidence is reinforced by alignment. When the values, attitudes, and energy of those around you harmonize with your own, you feel supported, inspired, and validated in your pursuit of personal growth. This does not mean the challenges or differences vanish, but it means that your foundation is not constantly shaken by negativity or judgment. Each relationship becomes an opportunity to reflect, learn, and strengthen your inner stability. A woman who masters this principle of selective association walks with clarity and purpose, because her life is not burdened by unnecessary interference, doubt, or emotional drain. Celebrating small wins is a transformative habit, often underestimated in its impact. Confidence is not built solely in grand achievements or monumental milestones. It is constructed in the accumulation of small, deliberate victories. Completing a task that stretches you, taking action despite hesitation, or making a choice aligned with your values. These seemingly minor actions reinforce your self-trust. Every acknowledgement of progress, no matter how subtle, strengthens the internal belief that you are capable, resilient, and competent. Many women overlook these small victories, focusing instead on what is unfinished or unattained. Yet the confident woman understands that momentum is created through the recognition and celebration of incremental growth. Each small success compounds, creating an unstoppable force that propels her forward. Acknowledging your wins is also a declaration to yourself: you matter, your effort matters, and your growth matters. It shifts the mind from focusing on shortcomings to recognizing capability. Confidence is a product of reinforcement, and by celebrating your progress consistently, you cultivate a habit of self-affirmation. You begin to see that challenges are not threats to your worth, but opportunities to prove your competence and resilience. A life built on this principle becomes a life of empowerment, where the woman moves through the world with assurance, calm, and the certainty that she is capable of navigating any circumstance with grace. Service is another layer that strengthens confidence, but it must be exercised wisely. Giving to others, contributing to the growth or well-being of those around you, and using your skills or resources for positive impact cultivates purpose, meaning, and satisfaction. Yet service without boundaries can drain, diminish, and deplete. A woman who embodies true confidence understands that giving must come from a place of abundance, not obligation. She gives without sacrificing her integrity, energy, or vision. This balance allows her to experience the profound satisfaction of contribution without losing herself. Confidence deepens when you realize that you can make a difference while honoring your limits, proving that your power is not contingent upon others' approval, but on the alignment of your actions with your values. Protecting your energy is essential to maintaining confidence. Life constantly presents challenges, negativity, and demands that can drain even the strongest person if they are not vigilant. The confident woman becomes a guardian of her energy, discerning where to invest her attention, how to respond to external pressures, and which battles are worth engaging. She does not waste time on those who diminish her spirit, nor does she allow circumstances to dictate her internal state. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it is strategic. It ensures that you remain clear, focused, and empowered in your interactions. Confidence is a reflection of this internal management. When your energy is preserved and aligned, your presence naturally commands respect, attention, and influence. Every difficulty, every setback, every painful experience carries a lesson, a seed of wisdom. The woman who embraces this truth transforms adversity into growth, turning experiences that could break her into fuel for resilience. Pain does not diminish confidence when it is processed consciously and reframed as a teacher. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to deepen self-understanding, expand capability, and reinforce strength. Life will always present trials, but the confident woman uses them as proof of her ability to endure, adapt, and thrive. This transformation of struggle into wisdom creates a quiet, unshakable power that radiates through her words, actions, and presence. Consistency in action is the final pillar that transforms these principles into an unshakable life of confidence. Habits, repeated intentionally, shape character, influence perception, and solidify self-trust. The woman who practices selective association, celebrates her wins, serves wisely, protects her energy, and learns from adversity builds a life where confidence is not aspirational but inherent. Every intentional choice compounds over time, reinforcing her competence, resilience, and self-respect. Consistency converts abstract ideas into lived reality, transforming the woman into someone whose confidence is visible, tangible, and deeply felt by everyone she encounters. Confidence is not loud or performative. It does not demand recognition or seek approval. True confidence is a presence, a resonance that communicates self-assuredness without declaration. It is reflected in the way a woman walks into a room, how she listens, how she speaks, and how she carries herself. People instinctively recognize it because it originates from internal mastery, not external validation. This is why cultivating habits that reinforce confidence is essential. They align your internal state with your external expression, making your life a coherent reflection of your self-belief. Every interaction, every choice, every thought contributes to the architecture of confidence. By consciously choosing your companions, celebrating your progress, engaging in service with integrity, protecting your energy, and learning from challenges, you cultivate a foundation that is resilient, adaptable, and enduring. Confidence becomes a byproduct of deliberate living rather than a fleeting emotion dependent on circumstance. The woman who embodies these principles moves through life with clarity, grace, and unshakable authority. Her confidence is not a performance. It is an expression of her alignment with her values, her self-respect, and her cultivated wisdom. She understands that true confidence does not require perfection, constant approval, or external validation. It is built in the quiet moments of reflection, the disciplined choices of everyday life, and the consistent practice of honoring oneself. Her power is not displayed through ego or dominance, but through the effortless assurance that she is capable, worthy, and complete. Challenges no longer intimidate her, opinions no longer define her, and setbacks no longer deter her. She moves forward with momentum, guided by her inner clarity and strengthened by the knowledge that her worth is inherent and unshakable. Through these practices, confidence transforms from a goal to a state of being. It is visible in energy, presence, and action. It is reinforced by daily choices, intentional interactions, and the disciplined management of mind, body, and spirit. The woman who embodies this life becomes magnetic, not because she seeks to impress or manipulate, but because her alignment, integrity, and mastery of self are undeniable. Confidence, in this sense, is not external. It is a reflection of an internal life lived with intention, courage, and wisdom. By consciously applying these principles, a woman builds a life where she does not merely survive, but thrives. Her confidence is grounded in reality, strengthened by discipline, and expressed effortlessly in her interactions, decisions, and presence. She becomes someone whose energy naturally commands respect, whose choices inspire admiration, and whose life reflects the profound power of self-mastery. Every step she takes, every action she makes, and every decision she honors reinforces the internal truth that she is capable, resilient, and worthy of all that life offers. Confidence, cultivated in this manner, is unshakable because it is rooted in self-trust, discipline, and alignment. The woman who practices these habits does not wait for permission to shine, does not fear rejection, and does not shrink for the comfort of others. She is complete within herself, and this completeness radiates outward, touching every aspect of her life. She embodies the truth that confidence is not a result of circumstance, but a product of intentional living, wise choices, and the consistent practice of honoring one's worth, values, and energy. The foundation of confidence is clarity about your own identity. Many women live their lives shaped by the expectations, opinions, and judgments of others, and in doing so, they weaken their sense of self. Confidence is rooted in the intimate understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and what you will not compromise. It is the awareness that your value is inherent and independent of external approval. When you know yourself, when you recognize your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, and accept your uniqueness, you stop seeking validation from the world. This self-knowledge becomes armor, protecting you from criticism, comparison, and distraction. The woman who lives in alignment with her authentic self moves through the world with a quiet authority that cannot be shaken. Self-awareness is not a destination, it is a practice. It requires reflection, honesty, and courage. Many women shy away from introspection because it exposes their fears, limitations, and past mistakes. Yet, it is precisely in facing these aspects of yourself that true confidence emerges. When you confront your past and your inner struggles without judgment, you reclaim power that was once given away. You learn that your imperfections do not diminish your value, but rather shape your resilience and depth. Every insight gained through self-reflection strengthens your internal foundation, making you less reactive to the opinions and actions of others. Confidence, in this sense, is cultivated by the deliberate choice to know and honor yourself in every circumstance. Decision-making is another pillar of unshakable confidence. The woman who hesitates, who doubts every choice, or who allows others to dictate her path, slowly erodes her self-trust. Confidence is strengthened each time you make a decision from a place of clarity, integrity, and alignment with your values. You will make mistakes, yes, but the act of deciding and taking ownership of the outcome reinforces your belief in your own judgment. Indecision feeds insecurity, while decisive action builds momentum. A confident woman understands that she cannot control every outcome, but she can control her response, her commitment, and her engagement. Every decision taken with intentionality becomes a testament to her inner strength. Consistency in action reinforces this self-trust. Confidence is not a fleeting feeling, it is a habit cultivated through deliberate repetition. The choices you make daily, from the way you communicate to the standards you uphold, shape the person you become. A woman who consistently lives in alignment with her principles, who acts with integrity even when it is inconvenient, and who honors her own boundaries, develops an unshakable inner authority